Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to speak about our inside the waistband holsters from Shadow Defensive. So the first thing to know on our inside the waistband holsters is we use a 2-clip design. We have one clip as far forward as reasonably possible, and then we have one clip above either the claw on non-light bearing holsters, or we have one on top of the flashlight on light bearing holsters. Now the reason we do this is so that we can achieve the most stability possible out of this platform while still keeping it low profile from top to bottom. With our inside the waistband holsters, we have adjustable retention, carry angle, and ride height. And the way we achieve the adjustable carry angle and ride height is these screws can be removed and they can be slid up one notch. There's also an additional hole underneath this clip that allows us to raise and lower. So if you want to have your belt line be very low on the firearm, you can definitely do that. Whereas if you like to have it very high on the firearm, that is also an option. And the way you adjust the retention is you adjust these two screws here on the side. There are rubber spacers in between. You can add or remove those. So maybe you have some skin work done on your gun, or maybe you have some grip tape and you want to increase the tension a little bit or decrease the tension, increase the gap between the two spaces. You can remove these. We ship the holsters with extra rubber washers so that if you need to increase or decrease the tension, you can easily do that without having to purchase anything else. Another feature that we have on our inside the waistband holsters is we have these holes here. These holes in the middle allow for us to add an Ulti Clip on there. So if you want to, you can purchase your holster with an Ulti Clip, or you can always add one later. These are made for the Ulti Clip 3+. You can line up with those holes and raise and lower it to your heart's content. These will also work with the 3+ Slim. These will not work with the new Ulti Tucks. It will also work, and we supply these, with the Ulti Clip XL. The Ulti Clip XL is probably the beefiest version of the Ulti Clip that they make, and we are an authorized dealer, and you can select that when you are selecting the options for your holster. We also have 1.5 inch and 1.75 inch of these plastic grip hooks. These are our recommended attachment options as they are very sturdy on the belt, and unlike the Ulti Clip, they don't tend to bend as much. The grip hooks are what I use on my personal carry holster. Another option that we have available on our holsters is the sweat guard. Now, some people like to have the sweat guard, some people don't. For me, when I'm carrying an appendix carry, I do not like to have the sweat guard because once the gun is out of the holster, I run the risk of this stabbing me. Getting stabbed in the spleen does not make for a very good shooting day. We also have a variety of colors. This is one solid color all the way around. And we also have a variety of attachments from Streamlight, Surefire, Crimson Trace, and Olight. When you purchase one of these holsters from us, we include a foam pad, which you can cut to whatever size you want and then affix it onto the back of your holster. Now this can help if you have a hot spot, the holster rubs in a weird way, or if you're not used to carrying, or if one of these corners kind of digs into you a little bit. This just gives you a little bit of extra comfort when you're learning to get used to it. You can purchase this off of Amazon or anywhere, but we just include this so that you have that option from the get-go, so you don't need anything when you get started. We also include Loctite and extra hardware. Now when making the selections on the holster, please make sure to specify if you have a optic ready version, and if you have an optic on there, we will have you upload a photo of your optic and how it's mounted. That way we can kind of look at your photos and make sure that the holster is going to work for you, because there are many different ways of mounting an optic on a pistol. So, with our holsters, we design them to completely cover the trigger guard. As you can see, the trigger guard is completely covered. On these HK pistols, the mag release is on the trigger guard in kind of a weird way, so we cut around those so that the holster does not interfere with the trigger guard. But as you can see, there is no way to get your finger on the trigger while it's in the holster. And the sweat guard covers at the safety. And you can get a firm purchase on the grip while it's still in the holster. Your grip is not impeded at all by the holster. Well, thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're able to get some useful information out of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information can be found on our website at www.shadowdefensive.com. Thanks again for your time, guys, and as always, stay strapped.